The advance of artificial intelligence, especially generative intelligence, is very great, and people are really coming to terms with such once exotic ideas like AGI and ASI. And I actually have problem with this term AGI, artificial general intelligence, because it seems to suggest an ideology about computation, which is probably practically uh, not sensible. General intelligence. That means you can compute anything. That ideology that has been around for many years. For example, the universal Turing machine idea is very important, and of course, appreciate its significance. But when you say universal Turing machine, the ideology is that you can compute anything with it. However, in practice, you cannot compute anything within the reasonable bounds of time and resources. So it's not actually general, and or universal. And of course, it's useful to analyze the capabilities of computational systems with such a concept, but when it comes to real world issues about computation, it's not really helpful. I think the same can be said about artificial general intelligence. People are trying to build an AGI, and but if you okay, suppose you have an AGI, and the artificial general intelligence, right? And suppose this is a sound machine, but suppose this was artificial general intelligence, right? Um, then you say that this machine can compute anything, but in practice, at any given time, it is executing just one specific instance of computation. For example, if this machine is simulating the weather of the Earth, trying to predict what will happen from here, then it is at that moment just a weather simulator, and nothing else. It is not computing uh, to understand Fermat's Last theorem or Poincaré's conjecture, or all these wonderful problems out there. It's not computing how cancer cells emerge from damages to the DNA. All these things are not being executed, as computation at that time. So AGI is really a great holy grail, but when it comes to considerations of practical resource and time limitations, it's not really helpful. Probably ASI makes much more sense because it says that artificial super intelligence, right? And super could just mean that it's better than humans. And it's a really practical definition. For example, in the board games like chess, Go, and shogi, we do have artificial super intelligences already because they are manifestly uh, better than humans. So ASI probably makes sense, but AGI, I'm not sure. Of course, as an ideology, it exists, and as a mathematical concept, it certainly makes sense to say that a system is capable of any computation. But actually, we have already that in terms of universal Turing machine. So, you know, I the difference between universal Turing machines and AGI is not that clear. So I totally get it when people want to talk about AGI, but I suspect that in practice it's not such a great concept. Probably ASI or super intelligence, meaning it's better than humans, makes much more sense than AGI. So this is just a thought that came across my mind as I woke up this morning in Tokyo.